Björn, we're getting to the next segment of our podcast, which is 5 quick ones.
Yeah.
So, are you ready? It's a yes or no kind of thing, and this or that. Okay.
I'll try to be quick.
Okay. Social media or email marketing?
Social media.
Quick personal videos or bigger, well thought out video productions?
Bigger, well thought out video production.
Oh, interesting. Do we need more personal in marketing in the future?
Definitely.
Do we need more content in the future?
Maybe.
Okay. Can everyone launch a product in any country?
No.
Okay.
That's definitely.
Elaborate on that.
Can anyone launch a product in any country? I think. I mean, you need to find product market fit, and different countries might be completely different in the needs they have or the culture they have. I mean, if we're looking at Pleo, we're a Scandinavian country, and our values are transparency and
very much, and it's very much like a Copenhagen-based company as well, right?
But it goes through all the way to the product, right? Whereas our French competitor is much more around control, which comes from the culture they have in France, which I'm also very, very, aware about. So, I think ultimately your product will fit a different market depending on
So what did you learn maybe? Because you pretty much say like no to this last one. What would then be your what did you learn from then taking it to France, and were there some if you want to take your product to another country, what would be your biggest or your best advice?
I mean, it's ultimately understanding the local culture and the local people, the customers, their problems, their needs, and then build the messaging around that. So you can't copy paste. So I remember this very clearly. We have something. A slogan was "Power to your people," which makes sense in English. In French, it sounds like you're a communist wanting to take over the country, right?
Okay.
So if we said "pouvoir au peuple," that wouldn't work in France. So we had to kind of switch that around and maybe focus more on control. Which if we did that in Denmark, Sweden, maybe it would attract some sort of customers, but probably not the customers we were looking at back then, right?
Okay. So really understanding the people you're trying. Obviously, I mean, when you say it out loud, it makes so much sense. Understanding the people you want to sell to and the culture and all that. But that's really key, right? And not just we have a great product. Obviously, it's going to fit into this country, but it maybe not. It wouldn't be the first story about someone trying to go to another market and then failing because they.
You have that a lot. Swedish companies trying to go to Denmark and they fail because the whole sales process,
so similar.
Everything.
But we're not.
But it's when I was moving to Denmark and people ask me, I was always saying I'm moving someplace exotic, and although it was 3 hours away and not that exotic, it was in culture ultimately, and it is very different. The business culture in different countries.
For sure.
I think that's quite clear.
For sure, and I think. Just to elaborate a little bit on that, I was in a company before as well, and we also had the same. It was a tech. We also had the same approach when we tried to go to Sweden and Norway as we did in Denmark, and we just didn't get that this product did not even fit. And sometimes people also forget a very simple task of looking at who is already there, right? Because sometimes it is just not worth going to that market because you will never. I mean, if you're okay with then getting 1.5%, 2% of the market, by all means. But is it worth your efforts? Is it worth the cost?
Yeah.
It might not be. You also said, do we need more personal in marketing in the future? Can you elaborate? Yeah.
Yes, I answered yes. I think it needs to be more personalized. I think it's proven to be much more efficient, but it can't be faked personalized. It ultimately needs to attract me and as a person. So if it's personalized to me, it has more chances of success, right? I also think it's maybe a nicer world to live in when it's personalized, right? And when I am not exposed to 500 things I don't care about, but
Yeah.
just get exposed to stuff relevant for me. But what I mean by fake personalized is when maybe it's something that I really don't need or don't have the problem, and yeah, it's just personalized to be personalized, but there's no.
I get it. Yeah, yeah.
It's not really aimed at me in any way or
For sure. And I also think that like when I think about like fake personalized, I look very much when I consume content on whatever platform, I look very much at authenticity, because if I think it's fairly easy to see if people are actually saying what I want to hear or what they actually feel, right?
Yeah.
Some of the realest videos are also the ones that do best on engagement on the different social platforms, because you can sense that people are passionate about something, or people really like, that's what they believe in. I might not agree with that, but I can definitely feel their passion and that they're being authentic.
Yeah. No, definitely.
You mentioned, and that surprised me.
Yeah.
Quick personal videos are bigger, well thought out videos. Why the well thought out ones? That surprised me.
That might be a surprising one. No, it's just something they stand out to me like the funnest projects I've done.
Okay, in that sense.
So I think it's also when afterwards when you look at it and you take pride in the work you've done, the bigger productions, and I haven't done like huge productions, right? But the nicer productions where I've had help from a videographer, maybe some other people involved, like designers or motion designers, things like that, that make the video a little bit more, look professional and nice. They've been fun to do, and I've been excited of sharing them. I've been excited, there's still some up on Pleo's YouTube probably where I'm featuring, and
for sure,
those were just more fun to do. Although I love personal videos and I'm doing them constantly, and some of my colleagues might be a little bit over the fact that I'm sending videos all the time, but they both have a role. They're two different tools in a toolbox to me.
Yeah, I was going to say that the personal videos, have they become more of a tool, and then the more well thought out, well produced, are more like fun to make? So it's like they serve two different purposes?
Definitely serve two different purposes.
Okay.
But I think the good thing about personal videos is you can apply them to a lot of different things.
For sure.
One example, like a personal video I do is new joiners to the company. So I send them out 50 seconds or something, welcoming them to the company. I'm just telling them I'm excited for them to join. We usually get a little description of them, so you can relate on something, right? Like whether they live in a specific country or have a hobby or so on. Yeah. So I usually send that out, and that's a completely different, like maybe more HR related personal video. In the future, if I ever apply to other jobs, I will most likely stand out by making a video.
For sure.
I probably did for my current job at Juni, right? Yeah. I can't remember now straight off, but you can apply these personal videos in so many ways. Yeah. I'm doing a house exchanges sometimes. We send a presentation of the house, and there the skill of making personal videos comes in handy again, right? So it's so weird, but it's a tool that I use for a lot of different things.
Yeah.